You ever notice how most people completely lose it under pressure? The moment life throws a curveball, a bad email, a breakup, a missed opportunity, it's like their mind spirals into chaos. They say things they regret, make choices they wish they could rewind, and let stress take the wheel. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. There's actually a method to staying grounded, even when the world around you feels like it's falling apart. And the ancient Stoics? They were masters at it. They didn't aim to be emotionless. That's a myth. They trained themselves to be calm, like still water. Unmoved, but not unfeeling. Strong, but not loud. And if you're the kind of person who wants to stay centered in chaos, or you've felt lately like your mind's just bouncing around from one worry to another, then this might help. Stick around. You'll want to hear this. Also, if wisdom like this resonates with you, and you want to build more of that inner calm in your daily life, you might want to hit that subscribe button now before we dive deep into our today's topic. All right, let's get into the 7 Stoic ways to stay calm like still water. 1. Focus on what you can control. One of the biggest energy leaks we all deal with is trying to fix things that are completely outside our control. Whether it's someone else's opinion, traffic, politics, or even how people treat us. We pour energy into these things and then wonder why we feel exhausted or powerless. The Stoics had a simple rule. If you can't control it, let it go. Not in a passive way, in a powerful way. They saw clarity in that division. They weren't trying to control the weather, they were adjusting their sails. When you start redirecting your focus to what's actually in your hands, your attitude, your effort, your response, you stop playing defense all the time. You move from victim to architect, and that's when calm starts to show up. 2. Breathe before you react. It's wild how one small pause can change everything. You ever catch yourself firing off a message or snapping at someone, only to instantly wish you could pull it all back? That's the moment the Stoics were talking about. They knew that in between what happens to you and how you respond, there's a little space. And in that space, that's your freedom. That's your power. Sometimes all it takes is a single breath. Not 10, not a full meditation session, just one deep breath before you react. It's like giving your wiser self a chance to speak up before your ego storms the room. 3. Accept reality fast. One of the biggest things that keeps people stuck is resistance to reality. They keep replaying how things should have gone. They shouldn't have done that. This isn't fair. I don't deserve this. And listen, maybe that's all true. But the Stoics weren't interested in fair. They were interested in what is. Because the sooner you accept what's in front of you, the sooner you can actually do something about it. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's the launch pad for action. You can't fight a battle you're pretending doesn't exist. So yeah, you didn't choose the situation, but you can choose what you do next. And that's where your power lives. 4. Speak less. We've all been in situations where emotions run high and silence feels unbearable, like you just want to say something, anything, to fill the space. But the Stoics believed silence wasn't awkward. It was strength. When everyone else is ranting, blaming, spiraling, the one who speaks less, that's the person in control. You don't need to react to everything. You don't have to win every argument. And sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. It's not about being cold. It's about staying rooted. And when you're rooted, nothing can pull you off balance. 5. Detach from the outcome. This one's tough, especially in a world that's obsessed with results. We want the win, the promotion, the praise, the like, the share, the validation. But the Stoics practiced what they called non-attachment, not because they didn't care, but because they knew obsession leads to suffering. Their mindset was simple: do your absolute best, then let go. That's it. Because once you've shown up fully, clinging to the result won't change anything. It'll just drain you. And ironically, when you detach, you tend to perform better anyway, because you're not paralyzed by pressure. 6. Practice discomfort on purpose. We live in a comfort-obsessed world. Everything is on demand, swipeable, customizable. But comfort doesn't make you resilient. Discomfort does. The Stoics would deliberately do hard things. They'd fast, sleep on the floor, take cold baths. Not because they liked suffering, but because they understood something most people don't. When you train your mind to sit with discomfort, you become bulletproof when life hits. You don't need to suffer to grow, but you do need to step out of your comfort zone. Whether that's having a difficult conversation, waking up earlier than you want to, or simply being okay with being uncomfortable. 7. This moment will pass. It's easy to forget this when you're in the thick of it. When your chest is tight, your thoughts are racing, and everything feels like too much. It's easy to believe this is forever, but it's not. And the Stoics reminded themselves of that constantly. Nothing lasts, not joy, not sorrow, not even you. That's not meant to be depressing, it's freeing. Because when you remember that this moment, this stress, this problem, this mood, is just passing through, you stop letting it own you. Zoom out, breathe. This too shall pass. The Stoic path isn't about being emotionless. It's about being unshakable. Not because you're cold, but because you've built something solid inside. You don't need to control everything. You just need to control yourself. And that changes everything. If this spoke to you, if something here made you pause or feel a little lighter, consider subscribing. We explore wisdom like this all the time, not because it's trendy, but because it's timeless. And hey, next time life tests you, don't react, don't spiral, just breathe. Be the calm in the chaos. That's the Stoic way.